here with the Casual Conversation with Zack Scicluna. Hope you're doing well, and I wanted to talk to you about solar today, of all things. So I've got a number of contacts within the solar industry, and believe it or not, there's a couple different stories to each of the solar scenarios. So if you're thinking about purchasing a home or you own a home and you're trying to get solar, there are so many options out there, and the best thing I can tell you is talk to a number of individuals who do solar. Just don't go with the first one you talk to, no matter how great the sales pitch is or anything like that. Talk to multiple people. Please reach out to me. I've got a number of folks you can talk to that I know and trust and work with myself. And at this point, what I would say is solar's going to be tricky if you're buying a home, because if you're buying a home with the solar system, unless it's owned flat out, then it gets a little complicated, because again, some of the dynamics are going to be, one, it's leased, meaning that there's like a lease agreement on a car. There's certain requirements you have with it, whether it's use or a given amount of payment you have to do, or a given amount of usage or time period of some kind. And then on the purchase side, really when the solar's already purchased, it does make it easy, because then you're just focusing on who installed it, what kind of system is it, and or is there any kind of warranty. Those are the big things with that. And again, every solar company is a little different, and having a warranty can be just huge when it comes to an owned system, because that warranty is really all that you have at that point to help make sure it's a good working system still. When it's a lease system, the nice thing about the lease systems, just like when you lease a car, anything goes wrong, they come out, they take care of it. But the lease dynamic is tricky, because what can and most commonly can be the case is you're paying a solar company what would be your electric bill, but it's just slightly discounted. So you are saving money, yes, absolutely. That being said, when it's leased, it's just basically shifting the money from one company to the other one with a slight reduction. And then you're still dependent on that main utility company, but during the day, during the suntime hours, your electric bill can be a bit less. And so there are pros and cons to it. Again, talking to a solar professional is key, because they look at your given utility bill that you have, and so that's one of the big things that they want to see when you meet with them. They're going to want to see what your past utility bills are, electric, in that sense, what you're using electricity wise, and then they're going to be looking at the roof you have. They're going to make sure it's not aged out and that it's got a good life expectancy still with it, so when they put the solar panels up there, they don't have to worry about having to pull the panels off to redo a roof for whatever reason. And then the other side of it's going to be that you're going to get the maximum usage or the maximum output from those panels. For example, they're going to be looking for which way your roof is pitched and the way it's facing and all these other unique components. And again, I'm no roofer, I'm no solar installer company, but I do know a little bit about it in the sense of those are the things they're going to be looking for. And so again, when you go talk to somebody, don't feel any pressure. They are in sales, but that being said, they will give you all the information if you're there if you ask the right questions. And so again, the big questions you're going to want to be asking for, again, what are your options in regards to financing it, whether it's owning it or leasing it financing, and or if there's any discounts for paying cash for it. Because again, if there's discounts for paying cash for it, sometimes you can use a loan product that's tied to the mortgage itself, like a HELOC or something like that, to where it's a much lower interest rate. And in the meantime, you potentially get to write that interest rate off because it's a home improvement dynamic, and then you get potentially some tax incentives. So it knocks the price down pretty quickly sometimes, and or gets the cost quite a bit lower, and then again, you are reaping all the benefits. And that being said, if you are a property owner and you're a landlord though, some landlords have actually caught wind of what they have done is they will charge the client or the tenant a flat rate for electricity. And what then they do is they basically can figure out what that difference in the electricity bills, and they'll actually make a little bit of profit when they do the owning of the system, the tax write-offs on the monthly basis versus what that tenant's paying them for a flat rate. So the tenant's saying, oh man, I'm saving money because I'm just paying a flat rate. And in the meantime, you're thinking, hey, I'm actually getting a cheaper electricity. So in turn, I'm actually seeing some profits. This tends to be more scalable when you're looking at like multifamily, so like an apartment 4-unit building or something like that. That's where that dynamic comes into. If it's just single family residency, not always the best call, but on the multifamily, that's where we've seen people have success with. But otherwise, that's our casual conversation today regarding solar, and it could be a good match for you, and if not, no problem. But hey, wanted to make you think about it, and I've got plenty of contacts if you do need to talk to someone. So stay well. Thank you again. Till next time. Thanks for watching.